handling the virus still doesn't exist. CBS's Michael George.
About a year into the pandemic, some states are easing restrictions. Iowa residents won't have to wear masks in indoor public spaces. The U.S. Supreme Court also issued orders prohibiting California from banning indoor church services.
The U.S. is nearing 27 million confirmed coronavirus cases and has reported more than 462,000 deaths, according to Johns Hopkins. The big game later today is missing a player. CBS's Jamie Lucas.
Chiefs offensive lineman Laurent Duvernay-Carter won't be on the field. A doctor, he opted out of the COVID season, choosing instead to work in a long-term care facility.
Say no to that in order to promote health. You got to be able to lead by example.
Doctors warn don't hold that usual Super Bowl party. Jody Guest is vice chair of the Department of Epidemiology at Emory University.
You really need to be watching the Super Bowl with just the people you live with this year. We do not want people getting together for this. And if you are with someone you do not live with, you need to be masked.
This woman will follow that guidance.
We're going to stay in and make our famous salsa and chips.
Former President Trump's second Senate impeachment trial starts Tuesday. CBS's Stacey Lynn has a preview.
Opening statements from both sides will likely take a few days. Then we get a question and answer period. Mr. Trump will not testify, and we probably won't see any witnesses held during this trial, just like in the last. As for how long this trial will go on, that is still unclear. The first trial dragged on for weeks. This time around, both sides are in agreement. They want it to be quick.
Parts of the north will get a second big snowstorm in a week. CBS meteorologist Jeff Barrett.
Heavy snow in D.C., Philadelphia, New York, Hartford, and Boston. Snowfall rate 22%.
Hey, Julie. No problem. I'm going to try to put you in through the restream. It's the first time I'm doing it, so if there's a problem, I'll text you to call in at that number, but I think we'll be able to do it. You want to call in? Would you rather call in? Okay. All right. Thanks.
Claim dismissed by the country's election commission. At one protest, police fired shots in the air and arrested some in the crowd. This is CBS News.
You can listen to CBS News Radio 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on radio.com or the radio.com app. Download it today. Did you get on an airplane if you knew it had a 50% chance of crashing? You may be riding that plane right now. If you have your money in a 401k or IRA and you plan to take out the recommended percentage each year when you retire, your chance of running out of money is 50%. 50%. But there's a better and safer way to secure your income in retirement. Discover how in a free book called Rescue Your Retirement. This wealth building strategy has never had a losing year in more than a century. In fact, even the man who invented the 401k now prefers this method instead. Get Rescue Your Retirement free for just a small shipping charge and enjoy a safe landing and a comfortable retirement. Get this free book and make sure you don't run out of money. Hurry, this offer is extremely limited. To get your free copy, just go to growwealthsafely.com. That's growwealthsafely.com to discover how to rescue your retirement. Grow Wealth.
WWL First News. I'm Tom Barumian on your official weather station, WWL AM, FM, and .com.
Starting off with clouds, but we should see some sunshine come out this afternoon. Highs will get into the upper 50s, and the weather staying quiet into tomorrow, but warming up to near 70 degrees.
Your local weather expert, WWL TV meteorologist Kate Malone, will be along with your full weather forecast. 2 people are dead after a fatal accident on the West Bank Expressway last night. WWL TV's Paul Dudley reports.
And last night, 2 people were killed in Harvey after pulling over to help a crash victim. State police say there was a single vehicle accident on US 90B near MacArthur Boulevard. Several people stopped and got out of their cars to check on it. Then an SUV in the eastbound lane hit them.
All right, I have the first caller on the phone already. Her name is Kelly, and she has the DWI problem.
All right.
Is still under investigation.
Bars are shuttered after being found in violation of COVID gathering restrictions. WWL TV's Dave Cunningham has the story.
4 New Orleans bars all closed indefinitely after the city says they weren't following COVID-19 restrictions. They include the Red Eye, the District, and Caddy Corner. Students say the last spot, TJ Quills, was known as a frequent place to hang out. According to the city, multiple complaints have come in about those 4 establishments. Officials also found each violated COVID-19 restrictions, like not enforcing masks, improper social distancing, and serving alcohol after 11 p.m., which is when bars are expected to close. The closures happened after Mayor LaToya Cantrell and others spoke about enforcement Friday afternoon. Their message: follow the rules or pay the price. With stricter restrictions ahead during what would be some of the biggest days of Carnival, officials say they're keeping a close eye on things, hopeful no more action will need to be taken, but say it's possible.
Zion Williamson led the way for the Pelicans as they won their 3rd straight last night. Ingram drives in, missed it. Oh, Adams ripped the rebound away. Now Bledsoe drives back in the lane. Zion! Oh my heavens! Oh my heavens! As the shot clock was literally about to expire, you get a flush. Look out! Audio courtesy of the Pelicans radio network. We finished with 100 points. The Pelicans knocked off the Memphis Grizzlies 118-109 to find 10 and 12 on the season. They get the next 2 nights off. They host the Houston Rockets on Tuesday night. The NFL season comes to a close today in Tampa, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have become the first team to play a Super Bowl in their home stadium. They face off with the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs right here on WWL at 5:30. We'll join Westwood One's pregame coverage at 1. And 2 New Orleans natives are headed into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in the 2021 class. Defensive lineman Alan Faneca spent his formative years in Texas before returning to the state to play for LSU and becoming a first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers, where he played 10 seasons and a Super Bowl champion. We'll be joined by Peyton Manning, the middle son of former Saints quarterback Archie Manning, who got elected in his first year of eligibility. Manning retired as a 2-time Super Bowl champion and holder of nearly all of the league's relevant career passing records. I'm Mark Menard, WWL Sports.
Your Sunday will remain cool. Highs only get into the upper 50s this afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies in the morning, leads to partly cloudy skies by the afternoon. We should see some sunshine. Tonight will be chilly, mid to upper 30s on the North Shore. South Shore will see mid to low 40s. Monday will only warm up to near 70 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Tuesday we see the mid 70s once again with mostly cloudy skies, maybe a few showers, and then rain chances will continue to go up by the middle and end of next week. We'll stay warm through Thursday, and then the cold air arrives by Friday. From your local weather expert forecast center, I'm WWL TV meteorologist Peyton Lowe.
And I'm Tom Perugian, WWL First News.
Albert's on, huh? Albert's up, huh?
WWL or Intercom Louisiana LLC.
Albert's here.
Okay.
Legal matter often requires extensive interviews, review of contracts and documents, and research of the current state of the law and the issues involved. As a result, the information provided by the attorneys and guests of all things legal is given for informational purposes only. It is not to be construed as legal, tax, investment, or other professional advice. Communications with the attorneys on this program, whether verbal or digital, do not create an attorney-client relationship. From WWL, the News Talk and Sports Powerhouse of the Gulf South, it's All Things Legal with Doug Sunseri and Albert Nicaud. They go on Nicaud and Sunseri offer. Call or text 504-260-1870 or join us anytime, anywhere on the radio.com app. Now, to our Jefferson Financial Federal Credit Union studios in the heart of New Orleans, here are attorneys Albert Nicaud and Doug Sunseri.
Hey, good morning. Doug Sunseri, Albert Nicaud, your weekend lawyers, all things legal. Just call 260-1870. Morning, Albert. Oh, nothing much, nothing much. Super Bowl weekend. Good. If I did, I wouldn't say anything because I don't want the mayor banging on my door. But no, I don't. No, I don't have anything. They used to have the game at 3 o'clock. So you go 3 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock, but now the game doesn't get finished till 10 o'clock. So, we got work the next morning. So, that's a school night. So, fly low. Who are you pulling for?
I'm okay either way. I mean, I like the home. Honestly, I think they're the better team. But if Brady going there, I'm fine with them winning the
Yes.
the guys people love it. He's played against your team. He's got a beautiful wife. He's a nice looking guy. You know, and he's the best quarterback out there.
That's right.
And so, you know, a little bit of an attitude or you know, self-confidence about him. So what? He's the best ever.
Yeah.
So you bring teams to the cellar, bring them to the Super Bowl in 1 year. You know, you can talk about Belichick all you want. But
He rode that horse. He rode that horse. I'm sorry, to the Peter people, I'm sorry to offend them by saying that, but anyway, yeah, he rode that horse, to a couple, 6 championships. Now, they have some great prop bets for the Super Bowl. And in the spirit of Buddy Diliberto, who's now in his divine wisdom already knows the winner before he bets. So he's batting 1,000% in heaven, I think. I'll have to get a clarification from the bishop if that's true or not, whether you know the result of the game before it happens. But he does have, there's a lot of great prop bets. For example, will there be a 2-point conversion? You can bet $10 to win 30 if you bet yes. You can bet $15 to win 10 for no. Will there be a missed extra point? You could bet $10 or $30 to win 10 on that one. Or if you think there will be, yeah, that's a good bet. I mean, you bet $900 to win 300 if they make all the extra points. That seems like a good bet, huh? I don't know. But I mean, yeah, I know. Or $90 to win 30, or $9 to win $3 if you want to do that. Will either team score first? That's an even bet. You bet $11 to win 10. Because, the 10% goes to the juice. I learned that growing up on Beverly Gardens and Metairie. Thanks, Mr. Joe and Joe. They taught me all that. All right, let's see. We have, will either team score in the final 3.5 minutes? You'd have to bet $10 to win, $25 to win 10 on no, and $10 to win $17, or $17 to win 10 on yes. Let me see. Did I say that right? For no, you'd have to bet 25. Yeah, you'd have to bet $25 to win 10 for no, and for yes, you'd have to bet $10 to win 17. So that's okay. What will happen first? This is a good one. A Bucks score or a Bucks punt? In order to, if you bet, let's see, the odds are that you bet $12.50 to win 10 for Bucks punt to occur first, as opposed to a score where you bet $10.50 to win 10 if they score a touchdown or field goal. All right, and that's pretty good. I mean, you can bet on the national anthem. The time, yes. 1:59 is the over/under. So now here's a couple of things, and this is what you have to look at. If you sort of have someone who's going to deviate from the national anthem, someone who sort of like wants to add a little something to it, you're probably going to go over. But if you get a country music star who wants to play it straight, I think you'd like it. Huh? Sure. Yeah, they're going to do that. They hadn't taken away that yet. So that may be coming, but not yet. So we'd say 1:59, and then of course you can bet on the coin toss. Now, let's see, of the 54 Super Bowls, the coin toss landed on tails 29 times, which is 53.7% of the time. So that's just sort of interesting to make it. Yeah. Heads would be due. That's one way of looking at it. Here's a good one. How many times will there be change used for the measurement? There's usually an over/under of about 1 point. It's usually, let's see, 1.5. is the over-under. So that, that's cool. Now, if you're betting on chain measurements, you need to call that 1-800 number they advertise when they advertise Harris. All right, so because you may have maybe a little more than fun to you there, but anyway, so there you go. Oh, and there's one last one. And we got a caller before we take a break. What color will the first liquid be that is poured on the game-winning coach? Orange is the favorite. Red is clocking in at second, and I think everything else is playing the field, as they say in horse racing terms. So there you go. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Huh? So you do anything for a Super Bowl?
I'm taking these plans that it doesn't start to 5 p.m.
Yeah, no. So yeah, it's the same. Yeah, we gotta work. Yeah, we gotta work. And, I'm telling you. Oh yeah. I watch some of the halftime shows. Well, I switch it a lot of times. I think Vince Lombardi's rolling in his grave during some of these halftime shows. But I'm more of a Southern band, high stepping, traditional. All the other stuff is a little much for me. But anyway, especially just please keep your clothes on. That's the biggest thing. You got kids watching. Yeah. Geez. All right. I think we have someone on the phone line. Is that right? Yeah, Kelly. Hey, Kelly, you and all things legal. Doug's and Darren Albert Nicaud. What you got for us, Kelly? Hi.
So my question is, my nephew just moved into town from Florida. He has two DWIs, no license, and he needs to work. So
all right.
how do we get those things taken off and get his license back?
Well, did he got two DWIs in Florida or in Louisiana?
Well, no, one was in Florida, one was in Tennessee, I think.
Okay, and he got his license taken away. Has he completed? Did he plead to these DWIs?
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, you got a lot of questions to ask before you can get to that, because you got to first of all find out if he pled. What did he plead to the DWIs? Did he complete his probationary? They usually have to go to a driving school, do community service, to make sure he's completed with that. After that, if you've completed all that, you might be able to get what's called an interim license, which would be a hardship license. In other words, the license allows you to go back and forth to court. To work. Now, the thing you have to do is you have to find out what is the applicable law in Florida and Tennessee to do that. So what you're going to have to go back, you got to ask a lot of questions. Number one, did he show up at court? If he did show up at court, did he plead to plea or was it dismissed? I'm sure it sounds like he pled to it. If he showed up, and then find out if he completed his sentence, which would be probably community service, going to a driving school, a fine, and all that. And after that, if he's completed all that, find out what it takes to reinstate his license. You may have to do that administratively. And so those are so Florida and Tennessee will determine that. All right. So you'll have to start there and find out. Possibly if he's completed all his requirements, they may allow him to get his license back, or you might have to go through some type of administrative process. Each law is different. We've got 50 states, and DWIs are treated differently in each state, and they have different protocols and requirements. No, they'll probably put a hold. If he's not supposed to have a license, they'll probably have a hold on it if he tries to get one until he clears it all up. Okay, because they don't want you getting DWIs and going to the next state and getting another one. I mean, they want to protect their state from people who chronically drive.
Is there a limit to how long you can use your license?
Well, until
Many years ago, several years ago.
Well, you have to go back to the state and find out if he's fulfilled the requirements. If he hasn't done that, then well, then you got to clear that up before you do anything.
But there
an interim license for work in Louisiana.
Yeah, but you probably won't be able to get it until you clear everything up in the other states.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that you're not gonna get that. Yes.
Exactly. And the state will tell you, he may have completed everything 5 years ago, but didn't pay the fine, and they're waiting on that. So it could be something as simple as that. But you need to investigate it, find out, get the office there, and say, look, I need to look into this and find out what I need to do to get this license taken care of, and then we'll let you back to work.
Okay.
All right, all right. Well, you gotta look up the court record and find out what occurred. You gotta ask this guy questions, and he should know that. He should know that. So you're gonna have to ask that of him. All right. All right. Thanks so much. Okay. Bye bye. All right. Let's go. Let's go to break. That's Sunseri, Albert, Nicaud, your weekend lawyers. All things legal. We'll be right back after this brief time out.
WWL is the home of LSU football and Fighting Tiger sports. Keep it locked here for breaking news about LSU, powered by Radio.com Sports, and brought to you by.
Hey, you good? Because it's not letting me in. It's not letting me in.
French, Spanish, or Russian, but thought it would be too difficult and time
Yeah,
consuming.
click on. That's what I'm saying.
And try it. Okay, we have two holding. We have 30 with a transfer on a gem function and.
All right, let's do this. Just call in. Here.
Now uses a modern conversation-based technique that makes language engaging, fun,
You there?
memorable.
Yeah. Call 504 309 1053. All right, thanks. Okay, fine.
With Babel, you can speak a new language. Babel, language for life. Celebrate. Is your guest calling in?
Yeah, she's gonna call in. She's gonna call me.
Okay, we've got Ernie and Justin. Ernie with a transfer on debt.
Yes, yeah. You want to take Julie at 8:20. She's gonna call in about next minute. So Julie's gonna call in the next minute, and we'll be good.
This is Albert Nicaud with the Nicaud Sunseri law firm in Dallas. Call me at 504-837-8304 as soon as you discover a defect. Better yet, call me before you sign your construction contract and let me make sure.
Is Julie on? Gotcha.
Sunseri award-winning food, a large selection of drafts plus happy hour and midweek specials. We'll treat you like royalty. Get sports books. Then MGM Full Bar and Grill. Only at Ola Bosch. If you're 21, give them a call for 1-888-777-9696.
Doing your best work from home is not easy. You don't have the right space. California Closets will help you create a custom solution that works for you, your family, and your life. Whether it's a small space, shared space, multifunctional space, or kid space, our professional design consultants will help you get organized and make your space one that works better for you. Now you can love where you live and work. Schedule your free in-home or virtual design consultation today at CaliforniaClosets.com.
At Mike Brenner Injury Attorney, we know that tourists don't take the weekends off, and neither do we. If you've been hurt or wrecked over the weekend, don't wait until Monday to get the help you need right now. We have people standing by, ready to take your call, ready to give you free advice, and ready to help you get the medical attention you need. You don't have to wait until Monday to call an attorney. In a wreck, need a check? Call me, Mike Brenner. We're the 24/7 injury attorney, and we're available to get you the help you need right now. Mike Brenner, 1-451-1111.
What can help you take advantage of today's low mortgage rates and save money? Rocket can. You can save hundreds of dollars every month by refinancing with Rocket Mortgage at today's near historic low rates. If your current rate is over 4%, with today's low rates, you could lower your payment by over $150 a month, saving thousands in interest every year. With a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage, you can consolidate and pay off high-interest debt, tackle home improvements that can add value to your home, or even set aside cash for your child's future education. We've already helped over 1 million clients just like you reach their home financing goals this year alone. So
USAMortgage.com.
It's WWL and all things legal with Albert Nicaud and Doug Sunseri. Join us on the WWL Talk and Text Line, 504-260-1870.
Hey, we're back. That's Sunseri, Albert Nicaud, your weekend lawyers, all things legal. And today would normally be the first weekend of Mardi Gras. Sort of weird. It's we're not having it, and so, but there's alternate ways of commemorating or celebrating Mardi Gras. We've got Julie Lee, the captain of Nick's. Hey, good morning, Julie.
Good morning.
Now, are you the captain or captainess? How should I refer to you?
Captain is good.
Captain's good? Okay. Captain, and Nick's would normally be riding on Wednesday night, is that correct?
Yes.
But y'all have an alternate way of celebrating. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, this year we are going to have a virtual first story party with our members. So it'll be via Zoom, a fun cocktail party where everybody's going to dress up, and they are going to bring their most beautiful decorated purse. So we'll have a little contest. And we're going to do it at 6:45 p.m., which would be the time we would normally start the parade.
Now, let me ask you something. Is it okay to drink in Zoom?
I think it is.
Because you're a former police officer, I just wanted to check with you. There's no prohibition from doing that, huh?
I think it's good on Zoom. Absolutely.
Okay. And now, okay, Nick's is famous for the purses. Tell us how the purses came about in Nick's, and just tell us the significance of the purses.
So when I first had the idea for the purses, it really was a nod to leaders who were, pioneers right before us in Mardi Gras and opening up a really beautiful coveted show for women. And so I thought, what better to complement the beautiful shoes with a beautiful purse? So it just really made sense to me that it was something else that they could collect, have fun decorating, and give out to their friends and to a crowd.
So, and this is caught on like really big now. Like this is like sort of a hallmark of True Nick. Is that a fair statement?
It is. It is. We actually have a float. One of our signature floats is a huge purse, hot pink purse. So it's really, it's really been well received, and the ladies love making them. It's a lot of fun, and they work on them all year long. Some of the creations are just unbelievably beautiful.
Yeah. Now I want you to talk a little bit about the history of Nick, because I grew up adjacent to the West Esplanade Canal, hanging out at Lakeshore Playground, which meant I knew one day nobody would ask me to be the King of Rex. That's just the way it was. I didn't wake up every year reading the paper and I said, darn, I didn't get the king. But Mardi Gras was a little closed off, 25, 30 years ago. But you had a vision on really opening up Mardi Gras to have like a super crew for ladies. Tell me how that was conceived.
Yeah, so at the time I was a sergeant with NOPD and worked the parade my entire career, watched it from the street perspective, and I was just, a normal person as well. Knew I'd never get the call to be king of that. So my vision was to create an environment for women where they had the opportunity to come close and assist the girls, but also have the enjoyment of riding in the parade. And so I was working the end of a parade one night, and I said, oh my gosh, this is so much fun to do with my girlfriend. I should start a parade. And there were other female teams out there, but they really were kind of capped in the membership, so you couldn't get in, they were waiting lists and things like that. So in 2011, I just, started the process to figure out how a parade can start, how to do it, how to go before the city and ask for a permit. So one hadn't been done in the city for 11 years, and I just started reading the laws, learned how the ordinances were written, what the process actually was so antiquated because no one had asked for one in so long. So with my background, I knew the city always had resources out for running so long. The mayor's change, council changes, etc. We were really told no, a bunch of times before we finally got it approved at the last minute, and we were planning a parade the whole time. And as soon as we got the approval, we had a waiting list immediately. I mean, we couldn't take checks and applications fast enough. Women were needing something new and really wanted to do something fun and a chance to be part of something that was really groundbreaking. And so we paraded the first time in 2012 with 534 women. That parade got, thrown together rather quickly. We got the approval about 3 months before we actually paraded that year. We had a waiting list right away, and that stayed consistent for several years. The following year, our membership almost doubled. And then we continued to grow and grow every year with thousands ended up being on the waiting list each year. And through attrition and, growth, last year we were with 3,400 women. So it was really, my intent initially was I want to be bigger than Indian, and we did, we were. It was wonderful, and it has grown into something unexpected, where the ladies formed unique friendships. They got to meet women who looked different than them and think different than them and came from different places than them. We were in 4 countries, 45 states, so it really was seeing a need in Mardi Gras that not just made something special for New Orleans, but women from all over the world were able to join the Mystic and sorority.
And so it basically transcended a lot of, socioeconomic lines. Because, like parades before when I was a kid, you had to, live in a certain part of town or make a certain amount of money, but you're sort of like all of, it's open to everyone. Is that fair?
It was, and we made it affordable so that you didn't have to be, very wealthy in order to join. Everyone was welcome and is welcome. And it was, something good for the girls. A lot of times in Mardi Gras, like you said, everybody's into the guys and the old line crews. So we were really trying to be forward thinking and open-minded to everybody's welcome, come join us, and it was affordable and it's a good time to have just with the girls. So it worked really well, and the mixed sisterhood is something really that formed outside of the parade where women just connect with each other in a wonderful, wonderful way.
So you were like a visionary about 15 years ago. I mean, that was unthinkable when you took this on that it would have grown this quickly in this fashion. So congrats. You up there with Arthur Hardy as far as, Mardi Gras history and lore. And one thing, kudos to NOPD for Mardi Gras. They do the best crowd control in the world. No question.
Huh? Yeah. Absolutely, and that's worked well with us through the years. We've really enjoyed, except for what happened last year, but it's totally no one's fault.
Yeah.
But we've enjoyed a wonderful community with them, and just seeing the crowds and how well behaved everybody is for the most part, and it's just fun. I always say nothing brings the city together.
Right.
Mardi Gras.
Saints and Mardi Gras. And okay, one more time. If you want to join the crew next Wednesday night and show your purses and everything else, just tell us how and when, how do you participate in the virtual parade?
So that is currently for just our current
member. The current member. Yeah.
Ladies who are interested in joining can go to crewmix.org on the membership page. Yeah. And there's a sign up, and then the new season really starts then for us April 1st. So we'll be mailing out applications, and then you can read and find out more information there. We'd love to have you join. And
there's no prohibition from having fun and drinking on Zoom. So y'all have a great time. All right, well, Julie, well you're a visionary in Mardi Gras, for women, and maybe some Bucktown girl can be the queen of. Would have the ability to be You love it. All right. Well, good. Well, Julie, thanks for calling, and y'all have a wonderful night on Wednesday night. Y'all involved, and we're waiting for 2022, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be great. We're so excited. That'll be our campaign for sure.
That will be a blowout there. All right. Well, thanks, Julie. Y'all have a great time on Wednesday night. All right. Let's take a break. Doug Sunseri, Albert Nicaud, your weekend lawyers, all things legal. We'll be right back after this brief time out.
Every Saints fan knows it's always Saints season. Whether you live in New Orleans, the Gulf South, anywhere in the country, you know we breathe, eat, and dream black and gold football.
Okay, gentlemen, here's the lineup.
Yes.
We have Bernie with a transfer on Jeff Weston. We have Leon from Lacombe, who has a problem with counterfeit money. We have Quinn from Marrero with a Sunseri. The legality for what?
All right, got it.
Just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans.
You can't hear me. I was on Facebook. I couldn't hear Julie.
This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com.
I could hear just a tiny bit.
Toyota RAV4 that lets him do all the things he loves to do. But what does Bo, Doug's dog, think about it?
We hired a dog whisperer. Find out. Okay, let's start.
Sound is great. Like your sound was great, but I couldn't hear this.
Especially the panoramic moon roof and hands-free.
I could hear a little bit in the background.
Very specific.
Yeah, Albert.
Camping. He finds the lack of squirrels to chase it home.
Albert didn't want.
Okay.
He didn't, yeah, I'm gonna try to speak. He didn't, got his mic.
Just because he seems so great, don't put it at all.
So he's on.
Yes, well, I had to do it anyway.
Or bedtime ritual. Find more self-care and coping tips at coping-19.org.
Brandon Ollie here. We make it easy. Windows with blinds built in. ReliefWindows.com. What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening. was able to hear more than what's being said. We can provide tailored small business solutions that will truly. For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud, solutions powered by consulting professionals. Call now today, 777.
The thing about comparing rates at Progressive.com is that I know you've heard a lot of ads about comparing rates at Progressive.com. You probably don't even need the word comparing rates anymore. Accurate seasoning stakes at Progressive.com is an easy way to see how prices are. Plus, expressing prices helps you find the best rate. The thing about rates at Progressive. You've heard a lot of ads about saving just a lot of center block. Compare rates and sing softly to a wounded field mouse and save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
Hear how the best minds efficiently work with the Boardroom Out of Office podcast, hosted by Rich Klein and Kevin Durant's 35 Ventures business partner. Industry leaders talk about who they are, how they got here, and things they learned along the way you might not expect. Listen on radio.com and Apple Podcasts.
Are you still on?
Back to WWL, all things legal with attorneys Doug Sunseri and Albert Nicaud. Connect on the WWL talk and text line, 504-260-1870.
Hey, we're back. Doug Sunseri, Albert Nicaud, your weekend lawyers, all things legal. Let's go to the phone line. Let's go to Ernie. He's got a question regarding a payable upon death account. Hey, Ernie, you and all things legal.
Good morning. I've got a brokerage account that I've had since I retired. I had to transfer my IRA to a brokerage account, and that's been about 14 years. And this past week, I got a notice from the brokerage company that Louisiana does not recognize a TOD.
No, that's not correct. I mean, if you have an account that has a payable upon death, POD, is that what you're saying?
Right. Well, it's not a POD. But a brokerage company, POD, they tell me. And looking it up online, PODs are just for banks, homesteads, credit unions, and it says that Texas and Louisiana does not recognize the TOD.
I will defer to you on that. I mean, definitely. Yes, Albert.
Are you above 70 and a half?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a mandatory with payment, correct?
No, this is a brokerage account.
It's a retirement account, correct?
Yes, it's a retirement IRA and Roth, and I have my wife as primary beneficiary and grandkids as secondary. She's deceased.
Okay. So what you need to do is just list your beneficiaries, and upon death, the beneficiary will receive those funds.
But he's saying that the brokerage account says that they're not, because of the brokerage account, it's not recognized by the state of Louisiana. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, that's crazy. In fact, it's all beneficiary driven. It falls outside of probate. It falls outside of your last will and testament, all that sort of thing. You list who the beneficiary is, and upon your death, then the beneficiary submits the death certificate and either driver's license or some other proof of who they are, and the funds get transferred to them. So, I mean, it's pretty standard in every firm, every brokerage account, and I don't understand. I mean, unless it's some other type of fund, maybe stocks or something that's outside of an IRA, but I don't understand. It makes no sense to me that.
Yeah, I think this is, but I think this is just a caller saying it's just a brokerage account, right? It wasn't IRA. Isn't that correct?
Account with IRAs.
Okay, well then, if it's IRA, it should definitely have a designated beneficiary. Yeah.
You need to talk to somebody else at the company.
Well, I will tell you this. When we do successions, and we have to transfer stock from the estate to the heirs, we often have to go through three or four lines of supervisors before we are able to explain to them simple concepts such as an independent administrator. They can move the money. They're afraid. Um, I guess what I'm saying is that you have 50 different states with 50 different laws, and many of the frontline people in banks and financial institutions um, may not know the law on certain issues. And we experience that. And so a lot of times you just have to go higher and higher until you get to the general counsel and you explain, and then they'll say, okay, yeah, our people got it wrong. So I would double check that with someone who's higher up than the person who told you that originally. All right.
Because I thought, an IRA would automatically,
Yes.
if your spouse is alive, roll over to IRA with the IRS. So.
Well, you have to have a beneficiary. If you don't list the beneficiary, it goes according to your will. If you don't have a will, it goes according to it goes intestate. So so you definitely should have a I would go higher up because I think a lot of times, and I'm finding this more and more with power of attorneys, with with transferring of stock, that the initial frontline financial service people aren't often correct on their interpretation of the law, which is being common. So I would double check that.
Like I say, on the internet, it does show that Texas and Louisiana is the only ones that don't honor these TODs.
Well, you can't have you have a self-directed beneficiary for if it's inside of an IRA. So I think we just need clarification on the account. But thanks for the call. Thanks for calling, Ernie. Call us at 837-1304 if you got any further questions. Let's go to Justin. Hey, Justin, you know all things legal. How you doing, my man?
Good morning, Doug and Albert. How you guys doing, man?
Good. What's happening? Happy Mardi Gras. Happy virtual Mardi Gras. Huh?
Actually, I bought a stuffed tiger and a Mardi Gras jester outfit to celebrate the fact we're going to Mardi Gras this year. Speaking of Mardi Gras, I do want to give a shout out to Julie from the Queen of Knicks. I love Knicks Parade. I've always watched it. And I'm so sorry what happened to them last year. It was nobody's fault. So I want to give a shout out to her. She's a really classy lady.
She's great.
Anyway, my law question is, and I don't know if my dad told me this or someone told me this, that, and this is expounding on Kelly, the first call you had about DWI. I heard in Louisiana, if you plead out for a DWI and you do your penance, you have to have your nose clean, keep your nose clean for 3 years. That charge is expunged from your records. Is that true?
Well, no, that's not true. I think if you plead Article 894, now I'm not a criminal lawyer, but I know enough to be dangerous on this, but not everything. But I know this is that if you plead to Article 894, what you're doing is you're doing all the, I guess, sentencing or the requirements of the court as if you were guilty, but you're not admitting guilt. And then after a period of time passes and you keep your nose clean, you can get it expunged. So under an 894, you can do that. Now, in general, you can, I think, plead to a DWI, and I think there may be some ways you can get an expungement at some point, after 5 or 10 years, as in other.
5 or 10 years?
I'm not sure. We'd have to ask the official criminal lawyer of all things legal, Joe Respondi. If he's listening, he can text us. There's certain type of, I think, charges that can be expunged after a period of time. So you can either do an 894 or with the passage of time, there's certain charges that can be expunged off the record. So.
Well, I always need an excuse to tell them, say hello, and that question's been nagging me for years. And thanks for sharing.
Justin, I just wanted to let you know if you're having a virtual Mardi Gras and you're Zooming, I heard that the mayor is not going to come after you, so you're safe. You're good. So I just wanted to let you know that. So you're okay in New Orleans, okay? So you can Zoom and have a good time there. All right, brother. Thanks. All right, let's go to a break. Doug Sunseri, Albert Nicaud, your weekend lawyers, all things legal. We'll be right back after this brief time out.
With Patriots
PatriotSoftware.com. Accounting and payroll. Keep your time and money.
Mike Campbell here, serial entrepreneur. Okay, you'll have 4 minutes to kill to the top of the hour. Factory over 30 years ago. We had no heat and no air. We have Leon from Lacombe. Question about counterfeit goods.
All right.
We have Quinn from Marrero and has a question about who's responsible for offense. Who owns it?
Okay, got it.
Small business owners with simple payroll for 1 to 100 employees. And if you need help, we will help you for free. Go to PatriotSoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll processing free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
With PatriotSoftware.com. Accounting and payroll. Keep your time and money.
Mardi Gras 2021 may be a little different, but the spirit lives on. Join Intercom New Orleans and Fidelity Bank as we celebrate the love of Mardi Gras.
My favorite Mardi Gras memory has to be one of my first parades in New Orleans. I had just moved to the city and we went to Crew of Muses, and I was lucky enough to catch one of the famous high-heeled shoes. I didn't know at the time how much of a big deal it was, but everyone was looking at me like I had just struck gold. And after they explained it to me, I felt like $1 million, and I still have that shoe on my shelf to this day. That has to be one of my favorite Mardi Gras memories.
The spirit of the season is still rolling. Happy Mardi Gras from Intercom New Orleans and Fidelity Bank. Here for good.
3% No matter how you say it, Here for Good means we're local and committed to our uniquely diverse community. Come celebrate the difference that Fidelity Bank can make. Fidelity Bank, since 1908.
Here for Good.
Every time you pull up to your home, you notice it. Your neighbors probably notice it too. Your paint is chipping, peeling, fading. You gonna paint your home yourself? I don't think so. Gonna pay someone else every few years to paint? That makes no sense. The solution? Rhino Shield. Rhino Shield is a revolutionary permanent ceramic coating that comes with a 25-year warranty. Bottom line, with Rhino Shield, you'll never have to paint your home again. Guaranteed. It's perfect for wood, brick, stucco, vinyl, and steel. And unlike vinyl, it won't mold or mildew. Rhino Shield. It's more affordable than you think. Call Rhino Shield Mid-South and never paint your home again. For your free, no-obligation estimate, call 504-407-2222. And if you're one of the first 10 callers right now, you'll save 10%. 504-407-2222. That's
okay. We're going live right after Big Lou.
20.
All right.
Or go to RhinoShieldMidSouth.com. That's RhinoShieldMidSouth.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-555-1509. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-555-1509. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-555-1509. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-1509. 800-555-1509.
Now, more All Things Legal, paid for by Nicaud and Sunseri Law Firm. All advice given and opinions shared are solely those of attorneys Albert Nicaud and Doug Sunseri. Back to WWL.
Hey, we're back. Doug and Terry, Albert Nicaud, your weekend lawyers. Let's go to the phone lines. Let's go to Leon's got talked about counterfeit money. Hey, Leon, you and All Things Legal. What you got for us, brother?
Yes, thank y'all for taking my call. Okay, my question is, okay, I got a 28-year-old son, okay, just got out of prison, okay. He goes over to Mississippi and he passes some counterfeit money
Okay.
at the casino. Okay.
All right.
And then he leaves the casino, he comes home, he gets money from his mama, and he brings it back up there. But I'm thinking if you're 28 years old or 18, okay, that's a felony. And why would they let him walk out the casino and come home and get money and go pay them back? Okay, that was Friday. Okay, then Saturday, he goes back up there, does the same thing, and then Bay St. Louis police called my wife at work and had her pay $140 off her card so he can come home.
All right.
I mean, they didn't arrest him or anything. And my problem is, if you commit a felony, you go to jail.
Well, I think it's, I don't know all the, I suspect there's certain facts that were not, that probably to the incident that we're not hearing. I don't know if it's counterfeit. I don't know the circumstances of it. I don't know why they would not elect to call the, I guess that's under, I don't know if that's the Secret Service with counterfeiting. I'm not sure. But I can't tell you why they didn't do it. I mean, it's certainly serious. Maybe if they believed that he was innocent and didn't, wasn't the origin of the counterfeit money, and said, look, just pay us back and we're square, that might have been the situation. I don't know. It would be very fact specific to see if he was somehow passing the money, knowing he passed the money, where did he get it from? And, did he get it from?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they know for sure it was counterfeit money, okay, why?
Well, I mean, I'll just give you an example. Okay, I go to the I go to the 7-Eleven. All right, and I change a 50 and I get $45 back.
Right.
And then I go and bring that $45 and I spend it somewhere else, and they say it's counterfeit. Well, in that situation, I didn't know it was counterfeit. I just gave a 50 to some cashier, and he gave me $45 change back. So I don't know if it was one of those situations that he had, that they determined that he wasn't complicit in the counterfeit. He didn't know, but they're saying, look, here's the bottom line. You gave me some, bad money. Make it good, and let bygones be bygones. So that could be the situation, and I think you would be hopeful that they wouldn't come after your son. If he didn't come, I think most parents are glad that if they possibly committed a felony, they're going to give them a break. So maybe that worked out pretty good. But thanks for the call. Hope your son works out. Okay, hour number one's in the can. We'll give you. We'll be back for hour number two. Stay tuned for national news, local news.
Program. The views and advice expressed were not that of WWL or Intercom Louisiana LLC. Assessing the person's legal matter. Not create an attorney